Adam Bailey is the CEO of SX Global and FIM World Supercross Championships. He's going to be coming on the show because the FIM World Supercross Championships in Abu Dhabi will be the first ever WSX event to take place in the Middle East at the great Etihad Arena on the 4th to the 5th of November. And the CEO, Adam Bailey, joins us via Zoom this afternoon. Adam, thanks very much for your time this afternoon.
Appreciate it. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have your company. This is really exciting. It's going to be the start of the motorsport season at Yas Island with some of the world's top motocross ridings heading to Abu Dhabi. What is it about the Middle East that excites the riders and everyone associated with the World Supercross in coming to this part of the world?
I don't think you can have an authentic World Supercross Championship or World Motorsport Championship without coming to the Middle East, to be honest with you. So for the riders, I think it's incredibly exciting. It's an amazing part of the world, and they can't wait to see the attractions and see what Abu Dhabi has to offer.
I'm sure that with coming into Abu Dhabi and Etihad Arena, there would be some amount of challenges that would have probably come through, because to create the Etihad, or rather convert the Etihad Arena from what it is into a track for the World Supercross, how did this transformation happen?
There's a lot of challenges, but I think when we looked around where to take the World Supercross Championship, we wanted to go to iconic locations and iconic cities that we know that the fans will really enjoy the event. So, there's challenges with regards to sourcing 4,000 or 5,000 tons of dirt. Where do you get that? And do you deliver that into Etihad Arena, which is not something that's been done before? But we're working through all that, and we've got an amazing team, both our own and with the FARA here, to make that happen. So it's all coming together really well.
When it does come to getting in the dirt and all the logistics, how long have you been preparing? How long has it taken for you to prepare for this event coming up on the 4th of November?
It's been probably 18 months in the making, really, to get to this point, but it's all coming together now and really well. So the really experienced team here, as you know, FARA, they promote and run the Formula One event. They're incredibly experienced. So it's all coming together quite well. There's work to be done, but it is all under control, I like to say.
You had 85,000 fans that attended the two initial events in Cardiff and also in Australia, and also goes around the world on the WSX.tv live streaming platform. Putting on these events, when you go to new markets, there's new places, new hotels, new logistics. And, when you have these challenges like bringing in the dirt, where did you source all that much dirt from for the Supercross Championships?
Our team just contacted, some of the local suppliers and people around here that are in earthworks and construction, and worked with the FARA. They'd had Monster Jam before, which runs a similar kind of material, and off the back of that, just sourced, all the stuff that we need. But really, it's about working with, experienced people on the ground, like the team from FARA and ours also, that have experience working in stadiums and venues around the world to deliver the pyrotechnics, lighting, music and audio, and all the track is one part, but the entertainment package and all the production elements that come with it are equally as important. So we've got a lot of great people working hard on this.
On the topic of dirt, like some of the sports are very soil dependent, like cricket, right? Depending on where the soil comes in from, the weather conditions, and all of that matters on the fan. And the result of the game is quite truly dependent on what the soil could be. Does that stand true in the Supercross as well?
It does. Some of the athletes like kind of a softer, sandier material, which is obviously a lot around here, and others don't perform as well in that kind of environment. They like hard-packed, more slippery kind of dirt. So the difference it makes is when you have larger jumps like we do. We have quite big jumps packed inside a tight arena like Etihad Arena. It means that the run-up required and the amount of traction you get can be affected quite greatly. So it does make it an extra challenge for athletes depending on how they adjust to the different type of soil material. So it's really interesting because there's obviously a lot of sand here, and I think it's going to make for a really dynamic and difficult track.
Well, I can remember being taken to my first Supercross Championships back home, and as a kid, it was one of the most exciting things that Dad ever took me to. Whether it was going to be the Easter show in Sydney, or whether it was something like a monster truck. For anyone who was thinking about bringing in their kids, what can they expect on the 4th and 5th at Abu Dhabi?
We have the world's best Supercross races, which is basically where you put 20 bikes on a track at a time and they race each other, across all kinds of huge jumps and obstacles. So fantastic racing, which is really easy to understand. But we also have music, live music, pyrotechnics, as we said, and some of the world's best freestyle motocross riders that do backflips and double backflips and all kinds of incredible stunts, kind of 20 or 30 meters into the air that are quite incredible too. So there's something for everyone. If you don't really enjoy racing or you don't know much about motocross or supercross as a sport, it doesn't matter. You can come along and have an amazing time regardless.
What is your thought on Middle East as the new sports hub of the world? Football's coming in. We've seen, the Qatar World Cup that recently concluded. Ronaldo's come in and has brought in a bunch of other European football stars from the European leagues. What does that make Middle East, does it rather, in your thoughts, make Middle East the new hub of sports in the world?
Yeah, I think it's iconic venues, iconic locations, amazing tourism opportunities. Riders, athletes, fans, they want to come to places where there's fantastic tourism. Here in Abu Dhabi, the amazing theme parks, the marina's fantastic. There's great food and that kind of culture as well. So I think really just having those iconic locations and venues excite global championships like ours and the athletes to want to visit. And I think that's what starts to draw people from around the world to want to come to this part of the world.
Adam, talk to me about this new category that's going to be there for the best junior riders from the UAE that will be participating with a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's incredible. We'll have some of the best young riders. They'll be kind of 7 years old on 65cc mini bikes. And it'll be the first time that they've ever had the opportunity to race in a stadium like this.
Wow.
And they race on the same track as the pros around the world. So it's fantastic. We want to help support the sport here in the Middle East and in the UAE and give those young kids the opportunity to be world champions one day. And so this is the first opportunity for them to be able to take that step.
Yeah, so we'll have to go through that again because it's hard to believe there'll be kids from the age of 7 and 8 that are given the opportunity to ride in front of a packed Etihad Arena. This is something that generally the kids are excited about and the parents are really nervous. Is that usually what happens?
Yeah, and it's amazing because when we've done this before, we have done it in Australia. It actually gets the loudest cheers and is the best entertainment of the whole night. In some ways, you have the world's best, but then when you see some 7 and 8 year olds, tackling this track on their little bikes, it's actually incredible to watch and so entertaining and great. And I think, hopefully by doing that, we also inspire other kids to get into dirt bike riding because it's an amazing sport. It's a great family sport as well.
So do these kids require a special kind of license to actually come up on tracks?
Yeah, they have just a racing competition license, but it's not. It's quite easy to get, to be honest. It's more just the experience they have. There's some local tracks around here that they get to build up their experience.
Right.
And I'm told, and I haven't seen them myself, I'm told there's some really talented riders from this part of the world. So we're excited to see them out there on the world stage.
Well, it's going to be phenomenal. The 4th and 5th of November is when it's going to be the FIM World Supercross Championships in Abu Dhabi. If you want more tickets and information, head along to etihadarena.ae. There's even discounts, 30% discounts if you're looking to buy bundles. Groups of 2 or 4 can buy tickets that start at just 83 dirhams per head. It's at Etihad Arena, Yas Bay, November 4 and 5. Tickets starting for 110 dirhams. Adam Bailey, congratulations on all your work over the past 18 months to try and get this massive event here in Abu Dhabi, and we look forward to it, and hopefully it's going to be a big success.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me, and we look forward to seeing you there.
There's Adam Bailey, the CEO of SX Global and the FIM World Supercross Championship. So if you want to get down there, you can see some of the best stunt riders in the world inside Etihad Arena on the Supercross. It's loud on the bikes. You've got the fireworks, the music. But I'm sure what Adam said there is correct. When the 7-year-olds come up on the mini bikes, you get the loudest cheer.
I am totally looking forward to that. When those 7-8-year-old kids actually come out on their little bikes and try and race in front of those crowds. It's going to be an incredible scene, something that I'm looking forward to.
Etihad Arena, November 4 and 5 is when it takes place. You can get more details, etihadarena.com.